here we are. This is me documenting my dunk journey. Now, this journey actually started like 10 years ago, and there's been a ton of roadblocks that have led to this point. So here's what's going on. I'm 27. I've been so close to dunking so many times in my athletic career. At my best, while I was in college, I was able to easily dunk a tennis ball, and I was able to put in an alley-oop with like a regular basketball, but it wasn't a clean, obvious dunk. Like, my hands were barely above the rim. Someone threw the perfect lob right over the rim, and my hand just kind of guided it in, one of those. It was the weakest dunk you've ever seen, but I was very close to really dunking. And during that time, I ran track. I ran track in college. I also played basketball too, but I didn't play that much, so I don't really tell people that I played. In track, I did mostly sprints, like 100-meter dash, 200-meter, 4x1, open 400, stuff like that. But I actually tore my hamstring during a 100-meter dash, during a meet. So after that, I didn't recover well, so I quit college sports, focused on my recovery, other personal stuff going on in my life, Senior year of college, I didn't do any sports. And since then, I've been chasing this elusive dunk, a really crisp, clean dunk. Not an alley-oop, not a tennis ball, and I've been so close. But I swear to God, I've been cursed with the injury bug. Haven't we all? I tore my ACL and my MCL in high school, and had to have surgery on that. Tore my right hamstring twice. I recently had patellar tracking disorder that I'm still kind of rehabbing. And all of those major injuries, the ACL, MCL, double hamstring, patellar tracking, it's all in my right leg. So I'm really nursing that at the moment. And since college, I've had like all kinds of small injuries, from collarbone to ankle to you name it. Every time I was making progress with jumping and with dunking, the universe told me no. It was an injury or it was a life event that caused me to put a pause on the training or to pivot to a new project or whatever it was. I was very discouraged with all of the minor injuries, so much so that I pivoted and took up a new sport, arm wrestling. I trained for arm wrestling for a while, competed at the state championships. That's how fed up I was with my continual basketball injuries during my dunk journey over the past 8 or 10 years. Well, as you can see from the name of this channel and this YouTube video, I'm back. And I'm committed like I've never been before. And here's why. Since I was in middle school, I've had this recurring dream of dunking a basketball. Like a really nice, clean, just off the dribble, off 2 feet, just slamming it with 2 hands. And this dream, this is legit a real dream. It reappears every few weeks or every few months. And the feeling that I recall having in those dreams, I remember what it felt like every time I have this dream. It's a feeling of absolute bliss. I've never had a better feeling in my life than the feelings I remember having in those dreams of me dunking a basketball. Like, I felt like I was floating, like I was on cloud 9, confidence just oozing out of my body. And I want that for real. I'm done dreaming about it. Here's where I'm at right now. I'm 5'9", 5'10" with my LeBrons on. Right now I'm 185 pounds. I have quite a lot of fat in my midsection that needs to go if I want to accomplish this goal. Because I was jumping my highest at about 165 pounds. Unless I want to lose some muscle that I've gained over the years, I don't think 165 is reachable right now, but I think I can lose 10 or 12 pounds, get down to 175, 173. Here's the most recent video of me jumping. This is how high I can get right now. So as you can see, I've got a long way to go. My standing reach is 88.5 inches. On this jump, I touched about 10'1", which is 121 inches, which means right now my max vert is 32 inches. Doing some simple calculations, I'm going to need about a 33.5 inch vert to grab the rim comfortably, 34.5 to hang on the rim, 36.5 for a simple alley-oop, 39.5 roughly for a simple dunk off the dribble, And the goal is 41 inches. That's the end goal. 41 inches, it should put me high enough to comfortably dunk off 2 feet in a game in pickup. And like I said, I can lose about 15 pounds of fat around my midsection, and that might give me an inch or two just right there. So realistically, I'm looking at gaining about 8 inches from the training. I need 8 inches. That's not the first time I've said that, believe me. Anyway, I would say that my strength right now is the quick twitch aspect, the explosive part of the jump. My big weakness is pure lower body strength. Barbell squat, trap bar deadlift is really weak. Mostly because I just haven't trained those lifts much in a while. So strength needs to improve. Jump form obviously needs to improve as well. Those will be the focus. I've been this close before. After staying committed for several months of a program, I get that close. I know at least in like 2 months, I'll be able to hang on the rim easily. Then I usually plateau or injury or a life event that stops me from continuing on in whatever program it was. So the program, I've spent a lot of time in the past worrying about which jump program to do, right? Like over the years, I've tried Vert Shock, PJF, his program, CK1 Vert, and I saw decent gains with all of these. But I never really finished these programs to completion because, well, it was usually an injury or something else going on. And given my injury history, I have decided this time to first focus on building a base strength and stability and working on my tendons before I jump into, no pun intended, to heavy jumping. So before I get into frequent jumping on the court, on the hardwood, I'm going to spend 16 weeks doing PJF Durability Code Elite, that program. It includes 2 8-week programs, the Durability Code Restore, which is like the foundational aspect of it, and then the Durability Code Prime, which is the more advanced. So I'm going to do them back to back to try to build some durability and increase my athleticism at the same time. And I've actually been doing this program on and off for the last year, just incorporating some of the programming and some of the exercises to just try to stay healthy. But I never followed the program completely. So I'm going to follow it completely for 16 weeks, and then I will feel ready to jump right in to this. In the first few weeks, I'm only going to do it maybe a few max jumps per week on the court, and then slowly I'll increase that over time, right? Because there's already quite a bit of plyos and jumping exercises in PJF Durability Code in that program. So as far as jumping on the court, though, I'm going to take it really slowly build up. And then, so what am I going to do after the 16 weeks? It's probably what you're thinking. I'm probably going to try out PJF Vert Code Elite, although it's pretty expensive. And if I'm going to put some money on this, I might just do online coaching with Isaiah Rivera. We'll see about that. But after the 16 weeks, I'll reassess. I'll probably do PJF Vert Code Elite. But I'm going to track all of my progress on this channel. I'm going to try to do a video every week or two. I'll definitely upload a video when I'm ready to go into one of those programs, whether it's Isaiah Rivera's coaching or PJF Vert Code Elite. Here are my goals. Well, I want to be able to dunk a basketball on 10 feet off the dribble, and it's got to be a real dunk, not one of the weak ones that I've had before off the lob. It needs to be a clear, crisp dunk. I also need to lose 10 or 12 pounds, and this channel is devoted to tracking my progress. I don't think many people will watch this, but if you are, I'd love for you to subscribe and then follow me on this journey, help keep me accountable to see this goal accomplished finally. It would just be the biggest regret of my life if I got so close to my biggest goal, just simply put. And if I got so close to my goal and never achieved it. So I'm looking forward to this, and yeah, let's get to it.